to talk about One Piece. Alright. One Piece chapter. I got my chapter straight this time. So we are at chapter 760, okay? You know, chapter starts off Sabo. He's talking to Koala. They have a type of a Luffy-Nami relationship where, you know, I'm looking after you. I have to look after you like a mom sometimes. You know, you can't. Don't do this, Sabo. Don't do this, sweetie. And yes, Fujitora, he left the battle scene. So it's just Sabo, Koala talking. Yeah, don't make selfish moves like that again. You don't want the Marines to fight the Revolutionary Army and all that. So yeah, just make sure don't be careless. Okay, you know better. Smack on the wrist. Don't do that again or you get timeout. Okay, next part, we are at the pillar. It is the Usopp group, God Sopp's group, the group Sop, whatever you want to call it. And anyway, all the people that were coming up from the previous chapter, you thought they were going to, you know, capture them, go after their heads, but apparently they were like, King Riku, we found out what Don Flamingo's done, and I just want to say I'm sorry. We're all sorry. I apologize. We didn't know until now, 10 years later. You're actually a good guy and Don Flamingo's a bad guy. We're sorry. We'll do whatever you say. So then after this, you know, great apology, we have Fujitora, yes, the person who just fought Sabo. He's sitting in the background. He's like, I have my money on Luffy, you know? I'm taking a bet. I place my faith in Luffy. He's a very, very deep person, very poetical. So I like Fuji. He's very relaxed. He knows what he's doing. He goes by his better judgment, not just, you know, straight justice. He's very, very metaphorical. So I think he's a very good character. And then after this little scene, it goes to Law, Luffy, and Don Flamingo. Yes, continuation from last time. Don Flamingo still has his glasses on. We had some people saying that he was going to have his glasses off. He was going to have those little butt cheek eyes, whatever they're called. I thought that would have been hilarious. Or had like some Sharingans under his sunglasses. that would have been like the funniest part of like the whole anime if that happened. Anime, manga, whatever. But yeah, it's Don Flamingo. He starts saying, "Oh, you guys, you think you're really that good? You guys, you think you're all that? Huh?" Yeah, then he goes to his little past where he's like, "Yeah, I had it bad growing up, you know." Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Law, he did some move to Trouble where he can reform. I think he's a Logia, so he can't reform his little slime and cut him up, whatever. Then Don Flamingo intercept the attack. Then Don Flamingo attacked Luffy, handcuffed him with the string, and then Law, he actually been pierced by a couple of his string threads, whatever, about 6 or 8 times. That's pretty brutal, pretty hectic. I think he might be out for a little bit. For a second there in the chapter, I actually thought it was going to be Luffy, like, taking on the rest of the people, like Bellamy, Don Flamingo's clone, and Don Flamingo. I'm still going to be wondering how Luffy's going to handle this situation. I still think, you know, things just turned around really quick, you know? And I just want to see how it'll play out. And yes, Don Flamingo, after all this happened, Luffy's on the ground handcuffed. Law, I think he's probably out of commission right now, but Don Flamingo, you know, he grew up a royal name, but his family didn't want him to grow up like a rich royal person. He wanted to grow up like an average person. But then apparently Don Flamingo didn't like it, so he just killed his father after his mother died through the normal living. You know, I guess they just didn't want to have a royal lifestyle. I guess it's understandable, you know, but Don Flamingo apparently wanted to be privileged and took it out on his father after his mother died because of the poor living circumstances. Yes, big words. But that was pretty much it for the chapter. It's beautiful outside. Ooh, I'm probably gonna go do something. But yeah, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. I love you so much. And I will see you all next week if there's a chapter, because I heard Naruto's not having a chapter. So but anyway, I'll see you when I see you. I'm about to do an anime review for Troubled Chocolate. That's a good anime. I will put links at the bottom for all my good shit. And thank you guys. I will see you all later. And we are out. Vamonos.